Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the lesson 7. The last lesson, chicos, the last lesson of the partial, the lesson 7. Remember, the lesson 6 and the lesson 7 don't have classwork, okay? You're going to make classwork only until the fifth lesson, the number or the number 5. Okay, today we are going to talk about one important topic and is about the treetop homes. The treetop homes. Okay, something that you have to see and learn is that every animal have a home, a place where its animal live. For example, the snakes live on the ground or under the rocks, or they make like caves and they live inside, right? The birds, its animal live in its homes are on the top of the trees, right? In the trees, in different places. For example, fish and all the animals of the water live inside the water, right? In different places, right? For example, iguanas or lizards live under the rocks, right? Or hot places. Depend the habitat, depend the animal. Okay, so the topic of today is treetop homes. What can the materials in a bird nest? Nest is the place of the birds, like a home, right? And in there the eggs make the or put the eggs, right, of the babies. So the nets tell you about creatures that live there, right? I'm not going to read too much. I'm going to make a summary, right? So the question is, have you ever come across an old empty bird nest? Have you seen a bird nest? Maybe in one tree or on the roof. Depend the place, right? Uh, have you ever seen that? I saw it, right? In everywhere, especially in Valle de Angeles, you can find different kind of nests. So you might find one on the ground at the park or in the branches of a tree, right? In your yard, for example. If you think that all birds' nests are the same, try taking a closer look. You can learn a lot about the birds that make the nest from the materials it uses, right? Depend is the bird, right? The size of the bird, right? If the bird is bigger or small, it's going to depend on nest because the birds, because its animal carry pieces of wood, pieces of leaf, and make the nest, right? Every animal built is also this fantastic, the different kind of nest, right? If you find a nest, make sure it is no longer being used before you take it. Birds carry germs, so don't touch your face until you wash your hands. Be careful with the nest, right? And right, you're going to see uh, as you pull out different materials, try to identify them. You'll probably find some leaves and feathers, right? You might even recognize the leaves on a nearby tree, right? So you're going to see exhale, moss, grass, cobweb, and the different, these are the materials that you can find in one nest, right? We are going to see more pictures about this topic, right? So birds tend to use materials from their environment. Environment is the habitat, is the place around the nest. For example, the black tern builds, right? The black tern builds the black tern is an animal, it's a bird. Build its nest in the water. Oh my God! So, we can see that we can find a nest in water too. So the nest is made of broken reeds. Birds that live near cities sometimes in the cities, right? Sometimes use string, right? Wire, bits, and newspapers or pieces of pack cake like pedazos de cartón, right? So imagine how fantastic and how creativity, how the animals are with creativity to build, right? The nest, the different depend the place or depend the environment is like the place or the habitat. It's going to depend the kind of materials that every animal can carry for its nest. Amazing, amazing, right? Probably belongs to Weaver Finch, right? And you can see that we have a lot of proposed or ideas, right? So to attract the female is like the other kind of the bird, right? The bird is, for example, you are a boy, you are a girl. The birds have males and females, right? Like the father and the mother, right? So the nest is meant to draw attention. Some items you might find in the bowered birds or the nest, right, are feathers, bones, shells, berries, flowers, buttons, keys, and glass. If you see, when the animals, in this case the birds, animal know that have like eggs or babies are coming, they come and bring different kind of things, right? Remember, the animal is smart and, and is going to bring different materials. Depend the environment, right? Depend the environment. Especially, you can find big nests in countries, in towns, no in cities. In the towns, you can find more kind of different nests, right? So imagine how fantastic. This is one example of one nest, right? And you can find inside different materials, right? So whether the nest is a simple or complicated, birds tell the careful observer something about themselves, or the birds, right? Is that they are or they make construction of their nest. Fantastic! Awesome! The birds are important builders, right? Son buenos constructores de nidos. The birds are very smart about this kind. Can you imagine how difficult it is to build a nest in the high, right? Or in the highest or in on the water? So only the birds can do this, right? Amazing. So we can find this is a treetop home built by humans. Some human make this treetop because they make or help take care of the birds, and they want to make more birds specialists in zoos, in the zoo or in museums, whatever, right? In national parks, for example, in Copan, you can find guacamayas. You can find hundred guacamayas because the humans care these animals and built these kind of treetops homes. Look for it animal. So we have natural bird houses or treetop homes, right? For example, this one is about well, this is not natural. It's built by human, but with natural resources, right? With natural resources. This is other. I think it's a coconut, right? Inside one coconut, they can build their treetop homes. Animals are awesome. Some treetops are. This is a nest, but it's not. It's on the ground, right? If you see, have rocks around to protect the predators. Aha, the predators. Why the treetop homes or the bird houses are high? Because the predators cannot take the eggs, right? This is the most important idea of the treetops. And the other thing is that the birds fly, so it's easier for its animal to build the nest on the top of the trees, right? So this is the thing that I told you, Mr. Marvin told you about the different caves or different kind of places, or depend the environment these animals build, right, or make the holes in this case. And this is our example about nest, right? And this is the topic about this class, talking about the different kind of nest and treetop homes. Okay, this is the lesson 7, the last lesson. No classwork on lesson in this lesson, and no classwork in lesson 6. Okay, make your classwork 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and prepare, because Mr. Marvin is going to tell you when, how many lessons you're going to study for the evaluation. You're not going to study the 7. I'm going to choose 4. Make sure you are paying attention and checking the Google Classroom, because Mr. Marvin is going to give you the list of the people that is missing to present the classwork, and Mr. Marvin is going to give you the lessons for the evaluation. Okay, and we are going to have a review of the last lesson the next week. Love you so much, Warriors. Bye bye.